Welcome to Rollin' Ratchet, where we discuss all things culture. It's your homie Nizzy Nice, aka your host that smokes the most. Make sure you smash that subscribe button, and if you really rocking with this video, make sure you hit that like button. In today's video, we talking about DJ Envy, Cesar Pina, Tony the Closer, and Joe Budden.
Why do a lot of people think real estate is a scam? I reached out to a bunch of people about doing a big project. I reached out to Fab, he was in. I reached out to Clue, he was in. Yee was in. I reached out to Joe Budden. Joe Budden was like, no, you could get locked up for it. It's a scam. And then he hung up on me.
Sometimes it is, maybe.
Joe may not have the money.
There's so much I want to say about this story, but I'm going to keep this video short. Let me start here. Black people, I feel sorry for us. You know why? Because everybody scams us. Think about it. The white man scams us, the black man scams us, and the brown man scams us. Like, who can we trust? You know what's crazy? We don't even trust each other. Let me give you an example, right? Let me tell you this story. I'm here in Brooklyn, right? I know a masjid here in Brooklyn. And for anyone who doesn't know what a masjid is, that's where Muslims go to pray and worship, right? I know a masjid here in Brooklyn, an all-black masjid with a black imam. And they had to get some work done on the masjid. Do you know the black imam hired Mexicans? And I said, all these brothers here in this masjid that's looking for work, why would you go out and hire Mexicans and you have these brothers right here? You know what I was told? They said, you know how it is when you hire black people. Ain't nothing gonna get done. They gonna come to work when they want to. They gonna take 100 breaks. I'm like, to me, that was just so crazy. But that just goes to show you the distrust we already have with each other. So when you hear about this story with Envy, it just puts further distrust in the black community. Think about it, because I know there's black people out here that's doing real estate deals that's legitimate. But if somebody approached you now that was black about some real estate, you're going to be like, hell nah. Now let's talk about Envy, right? I think Envy's a cool dude. I've been around him on several occasions. He's always showed me love. He's never been on no Hollywood-ish with me, right? Do I think he risked everything he built in his career for Cesar? No. But I do think at some point, Envy knew what was going on. And I want to know, at what point did he know, and what did he do once he found out? That's one of my biggest questions. Let's talk about Tony the Closer, right? Because a lot of people knew nothing about this story before Tony the Closer was on his Instagram. He was blowing his story up for it felt like about maybe 4 or 5 months he was talking about this, right? And a lot of black people in the comments was mad at him. Now, I understand nobody likes a snitch, right? But in the black community, we have to distinguish the difference between snitching and telling, right? If you about to do a bad deal with somebody, you about to invest your money, your life savings, wouldn't you want somebody to come to you and say, nah, don't rock with them? Their business ain't right. You know what I'm saying? They be doing people dirty. Wouldn't you want that information? That's not snitching. So when Tony the Closer was blowing up Cesar and all the fraudulent deals he was doing and all the people that Cesar owed money to, people was actually on IG and Tony's comments calling him a snitch. He worked for the feds. Like, they was mad at him for exposing this. Why would you not want to expose this? Why would you want more black people to get taken advantage of? That's something we got to stop in our community. We have to distinguish between snitching and telling. If you do a crime with somebody and you tell on them, that's snitching. If you know some BS is going on and you want to warn somebody about it, that's telling. And that's something you should do. Now, we all know Joe Budden, right? Now, either you like Joe Budden or you hate Joe Budden, but you can't say Joe Budden ain't funny. Listen to what Joe Budden said when asked if him and Envy was friends.
Audience, I am standing here with an actual live friend of the alleged criminal. But we both are friends. We both are friends. No, I denounced. You did that recently. No. Both are friends of it. No, I denounced that. Don't try to make me be loyal. You committed. I started this with loyalty can suck a dick. And this is one of those moments where that great decision making is a W. If you didn't have no form of love, you would have been winning. You don't go in and you know a lot of information because behind the scenes you've been telling me information and saying things. I am. Why don't you wait till the baconator and the large? No, because you always try to remove yourself from a situation and put it on somebody else. So you're tough. You are showing sympathy in a way. I told Envy that on the phone too as well. When shit! What the hell? And you talking about me on wired phone calls? told him, I said, yo, the feds is coming. Whatever he said, he responded. And, he was more...
When did you tell him that?
A month ago. I said, yo, the feds is coming. Have you spoken to him recently? Do you know his whereabouts? I'm not saying that. No, well, I don't do that. If we needed you to get him on the phone, would you be able to? No, I wouldn't do that. Would you be able to wear a wire and brought over? No, I wouldn't do that.
I told y'all, Joe is a funny dude. And shout out to Queen's Flip too, man. But right now, Joe is looking like a genius out of this whole situation, because you heard Envy say he approached Joe Budden years ago about investing in real estate, and Joe told him no, it's a Ponzi scam, and he wasn't rocking with it. So right now, shout out to Joe for being smarter than everybody else that invested with Cesar. Now, people, if I can teach you anything, allow me to teach you that truth is stranger than fiction. Let me say that again one more time, a little slower. Truth is stranger than fiction. Think about this. How many times you heard a wild ass story and you like, nah, that's cap, because it sounded so crazy, but then you found out it's actually the truth. And that's how I look at this situation. When I hear about the people and the amounts of money they invested with Cesar, I'm like, nah, no way. One lady, right, they said she got a lawsuit. She was a sexual abuse survivor, right? She got a lawsuit for $750,000. She made 3 investments with Cesar, right? First, she invested like $200,000. A year went by. She didn't get no return. She's asking like, where's some of her money at? Cesar said, the house, it hasn't sold yet, but I got another house. Give me another $200,000. We're going to get this deal popping. She gave Cesar another $200,000. That's $400,000 already. She ain't see a dollar back. A year or so go past. Cesar hit her with the same line, or the same movement, but I got another deal. Let's get this deal popping. She gives Cesar another $200,000. She gave Cesar $600,000 before she even got a dollar back. To this day, she still hasn't got any money back. That don't even sound believable, right? But it's the truth. Like, that's what really happened. Now, me personally, if you ask me for $20, I'm going to ask where you work at and where your mama live in case I got to come looking for you for my $20. So imagine giving somebody $600,000. This is what I'm talking about. Truth is stranger than fiction. Now listen to how much money this next dude invested.
Then there's record producer Anthony Martini, who invested in what he thought was a promising apartment project in Patterson.
I lost $1 million.
And you went in because of DJ Envy.
Yeah, I did. I mean, I'd known Envy for years.
Martini's attorney has filed a lawsuit.
It's some sort of Ponzi-like scheme where he's taking money from one investor to pay off other investors.
Boy gave Cesar $1 million. Now, I know he was always told that we shouldn't judge a book by its cover. But when you look at this picture of Cesar, what about this picture makes you say, I can trust this man with $1 million? But when you add Envy to the picture has more credibility. And this is why people are blaming DJ Envy. They're saying, even though I didn't put my money directly into Envy's hand, I only gave Cesar my money because of Envy's reputation. Now, people, I don't want to let this discourage you from investing, because you're going to have to invest if you want to retire early, if you want to get rich. But before you invest in any person or anything, make sure you do your due diligence. Do your research. Do your homework. And then, make a decision. It's still going to be a risk because nothing is guaranteed. But at least it's a calculated risk, right? But it's still a risk. And this is why I was always told when it comes to investing, you're never supposed to invest more than you're willing to lose, because it's a gamble. It's just like going to Vegas. Like when I go to Vegas, I put aside a certain amount of money for gambling, right? So if I lose that don't affect nothing else on the trip. That money was allocated just for gambling because I know it's a chance I could lose it. Investing in real estate or the stock market is the same way. There are no guarantees. I was always told there's only 2 guarantees in life, and that's death and taxes. Everything else is a gamble. But you still have to invest if you want to retire early, if you want to get rich. Just make sure you do your research about who you're investing with and what you're investing into. Now, as far as this case, what do I think is going to happen in this case? I don't have no predictions. I do know, though, this is just the tip of the iceberg. They only charged Cesar with one charge, and that was wire fraud. And that one charge was just to keep him in the country while they put together the rest of the charges, because I do believe more charges are coming. But hey, I want to thank y'all for watching this video. Be sure to like, subscribe, and comment. I'm your host, Nizzy Nice, and we rollin' ratchet.